Hey there guys, it's Ic0n and we're sitting on part 6 of the Demonspawn Artificer. McCleb says hi. No, he's saying blood and souls, but that's okay. That's his way of saying hi to us. Okay. Last night we cleared up a lot of the easier parts of the dungeon. We did the snake pit, we're having our first room. Dungeons done up to 15, vaults done to level 4. Don't dare to go to Shoals without some proper meanings of cold resistance. And the next stop on our list is to dive into the depths and then eventually transition into the Elven Halls, or go for some Shoals if everything goes just plain out horrible, or maybe I'm just gonna get into my early grave. That's also a version that could happen if I derp out too much. Alright, so looks like it's the usual affair of entering the depths. Yet still, is that all? I've expected somehow more baddies and closing towards me here. But looks like this is gonna be one of the first easy entrances to the depths since a long time. Usually there's just a crap ton of enemies swarming towards me and trying to kill me as hard as possible. Hello, Amulet of Reflection. That's gonna replace my Gormand Amulet. That's something really useful. That's actually something that makes me more confident going for the Shoals, because this will help me a lot against those ranged attacks down there. But it's gonna help a lot around here too. Stone giants now get a lot more harmless when I'm somehow able to deflect their missiles. Just like that. Look at this stupid little Javelineer killing himself. All just like that. Alright. Somehow I'm taking some brutal amount of damage. Alright. That's mainly the ice dragon here. Alright. Looks like I'm stuck in a very terrible situation, only a few turns away from the beginning of this episode, so I'm gonna spam some demon and order this bulwark to help me with this ice dragon, which somehow is the biggest threat here. Okay. Sadly, I lost my only blinking scroll to this situation here. But the most important thing is I'm somehow still alive. Alright. Although, I feel very endangered here overall. Looks like I totally underestimated this whole situation and goofed around too much. Get rid of that necromancer. And, well, if the player fails a lot, McCleb's demons can finish the job for him. Alright. I'm certainly afraid of this stone giant simulacrum without having any extra resistance to cold available. Okay, I was really afraid that my adventures here come to a very quick end on this episode. Yet still, I have survived. I've lost my only blinking scroll though. But being alive is better than being dead with a blinking scroll in your backpack. Makes sense somehow, doesn't it? Alright. This showed me that I have to take every single source of cold damage pretty seriously. Especially those capable of using their cold attacks at a distance. That was totally my bad there, to neglect this threat so much. Alright. Looks like I got away lucky this time though. Hello there, trolls. Bye bye, trolls. Yeah. It's one of the main issues when I get these characters to some success. I tend to forget their 1 or 2 weak spots remaining and blunder pretty stupidly into situations I should take with more caution. Just like this ice dragon there. Take that as a reminder for your own future runs to always keep an eye out for your weaknesses and react accordingly. These Hellhawks though, well, I'm fire resistant. They can't scratch me here. Looks like we're facing either some enemy wearing Shadow Ring, unique Shadow Ring, or there's some profane servitor around the corner. Can't discern that yet. But there's a nice dragon here. And I think as long as they're alone, I'm pretty good fighting them. Gotta be careful as soon as they mix up with other people here. Alright, there's this aura again. And yep, it's a profane servitor. I'm gonna bring up those demons. It's basically the unholy version of an angel. Similar dangers. It's wielding a normal enchanted whip, at least no draining weapon. But they have some innate draining capabilities. Let's see if I can take him down with those demons by my side. The answer was yes. Alright. Just guarding this Iridelanu altar. Certainly one dangerous altar layout here. And look at this stone giant. Eagerly killing himself with his rocks. This two-headed ogre was wielding a holy wrath flail, but luckily he didn't manage to get in hits against me. Alright. Feels really comfortable to have all this magic resistance against these paralyzing enemies. To ignore all this safely. Feels good. Alright. We're done with Depths 1. But somehow that felt more spooky than I expected it to be. Gonna stick my head into the next level. Carefully, carefully. I have no blinking scrolls on me. Thus, I'm gonna take every step with caution here. Lignification potions. Somehow I want to stick to these a bit. They have their uses. Yep. Stone giants are just prone to suiciding against me and not doing any damage anymore. That's something nice to happen. There's this floating eye, which I don't want to be in line of sight with, due to the paralysis, which will kick in at some point. That's why I keep corner dancing here a lot. And these ugly things bring in a lot of damage to me. That's because they swapped into cold damage, these nasty little buggers. They know what hurts me most. But we got out of this pretty successful. My clap healing is saving me here a lot. Alright. Don't know if I really want to go deeper than Depths 2 here. This looks like a vault to me, so I'm gonna leave these doors closed. Let's put an exclusion on these doors so I can keep auto-exploring without being afraid to bust into this area without being properly prepared here. I was checking out if there was a wand of clouds available somewhere, but nope, not yet. This frost giant, I really want to get rid of him. I think once he's dead, the major threat of this fight is gone. Yet still, he's somehow resisted very much. Alright, we got this thing. I feel like I'm playing with fire here. But, well, I don't see how I can get rid of this minus to resistance to cold here, because the shield does so much good for me. Well, I could enchant a plain one up to a higher level though, because right now the resistance to poison is neat, but not needed, and Yeah, see, invisible is also very useful. Yeah. I'd really prefer to stack up some more cold resistance instead of swapping out of this shield. Would be way more interesting for me. That's why I'm really, I really want to do Elf 3, because Elf 3 always has a high chance of a lot of Randards spawning down there, and maybe I'm able to find this RC plus item I need. I mean, the other option would be to swap down this magic resistance ring and into a double cold ring. I'm really thinking about that a lot, since that seems to be a nice idea. I'm all stacked out in magic resistance, so I don't need that too much. If I lose 1 pip of that, wouldn't make too much of a difference actually. Yeah, made my decision, I'm gonna do that. Let's grab this ring of cold resistance. Feel a lot safer with it, because all danger scenarios that happened to during this run so far. Oh no, it's a ringmail of cold resistance. Silly me. So there's no other option of picking up cold resistance. Not in jewelry, that is. And I'm not gonna wear a ringmail of cold resistance at this point. That's way too weak. Alright, so we gotta keep an eye out for more cold resistance to show up. And until then, take it very carefully. It's the best shot to take. And I think I need to chicken out whenever multiple sources of cold resistance, cold damage show up. Should be the safest way to deal with this situation, I guess. What is this? A bunch of mimics in this vault? Holy, this room is such a troll. All the juicy items were just mimics. Wow, that felt bad. Hello there, Mr. Centaurs. I'm somehow tempted to just stand there and let them shoot themselves. Some sadistic urge. But it takes too long. It opens up the possibility for other bad stuff to happen. So I'm not playing with my food here. That's literally, I'm carrying these guys around. What's left of them, that is. Alright. There's a hell beast. It's only melee and knockback. I think I can deal with that. Alright. It's one of the major differences between depths and dungeon, that you run into stronger demons that regularly. Yet still, what is that? Okay, I certainly don't want to mess around with this unprepared. Let's check what's up with this obsidian statue. I don't run into these too often, so they're basically statues capable of summoning demons. Alright. I think that should work, going into there and just chunking this thing down. I have a lot of haste potions on me, and yet still there's again the probability of a lot of ice demons showing up, and that would wreck me pretty hard. Alright, instead we're going into this vault carefully, which somehow generates a lot of foggy clouds there. It looks like it's an undead vault here. Alright. Should be able to deal with that. A lot of flayed ghosts. Yet still, that's okay. This Vampire Knight has no chance of paralyzing me. At least without some magic resistance chunking from the Phantasmal Warrior. And I got low on HP, so yeah. I want to get rid of this flayed ghost. Most of the damage was his work here. A rendered rope. Well, thank you, RNG. That's exactly what I not needed. Very kind. But still, this vault looks pretty beatable to me. Until Jory showed up. Alright. Let's have a look at Jory. His crystal spear combined with the battle axe here certainly packs quite a punch. Thus, I'm going for some demons. That might have been some overkill here, but rather overkill than that. Alright. Some juicy humans lying around here. And there we go. More vampires, more slime creatures. Nothing too terrifying here. Since I've finished up Jory, I think the other vampires should be doable here. A rendered obelisk. If I wasn't into shields, that would have been an option, but no, not for me. Book of the Dragon. So this loot area was not too generous for me. Bunch of ghost moths. Somehow I didn't expect these to show up here. Does that mean the other half of the vault is different, or are those just some interesting random spawns? Looks like interesting random spawns. Alright. More vampire knights showing up. A distressingly furry ringmail. Alright. +1. Somehow I tend to run into a terrible lot of +1 light rendered armory. It's really interesting how often this happens. In a bad way interesting, that is. Alright. We're done with depths 2 here. And somehow I really wanna go for this area there. Yet still I wonder if I'm really able of punching down this statue quickly enough. But I'm having teleportation scrolls, so let's do this. I'm gonna sip in this haste potion to be there quicker. And let's charge forward. And hope I'm gonna kill this statue quickly enough. The answer was yes. And there's just a lot of gore in this room. Nothing apart from that. What a sad life. Alright. I'm standing in front of an ice dragon. He's alone, so I'm up for killing him. And that's 2 worked pretty well, so I feel confident trying to take depths 3 as well. But I'm not gonna try to fight this ice dragon with a Rakshasa behind it, because he could clone this dragon, and then stuff would get really ugly here. Rather clone yourself, Mr. Rakshasa. That's something I'm used to. Alright. That's the quintessence about fighting Rakshasa. Try to get them away from stuff you don't want to see multiplied. And then it's pretty easy to take them down, but if you neglect that, you can run into a terrible amount of trouble when they suddenly start cloning some stuff like here ice dragons or juggernauts or anything else you don't want to see multiplied. Alright, first is Brigand Defender. And this Quick Blade is only enchanted. But we're facing some Spriggan pack here. Thus, I'm careful and a bit aware of the possibility of the Enchantress showing up. Frost Giant and a frosty ugly thing. They certainly would try to kill me here. But I guess that's their job. Didn't work out this time. Okay, another ice dragon. Is this floor somehow ice themed, or is it just bad luck? I guess the latter is the case. Alright, I don't need to be afraid about these Ic0ns. They shouldn't be able to do much to me by now. By now I think they're prone to killing themselves while shooting at me. Okay. That's some boggarts down here. But still, I think I can ice blast these down pretty easily. And again, doing the same here, because I want to get rid of these really quickly. I'm carrying around some recharging scrolls, and if my wand of ice blast is getting empty, I can easily bring up more charges there. Alright, first tentacle monstrosity went pretty well. A new armor shop, and somehow I really scared away all the weaponry shops in the last run, since I was so mean to these weapon dealers when I told them how disappointed I was with their items. And thus, on the next game, I have to say I'm sorry, guys. Please come back. I need more weapon shops, not only armor shops. Okay, now I'm gonna start picking up these immolation scrolls, since the ending of the vaults gets closer and closer, and immolation scrolls are pretty useful down at Vaults 5. They're overall pretty useful items. Not gonna question that, but I really like them to have them for the Vaults 5 scenario. Hello there, there's a demon whip of electrocution. These things are pretty interesting because they have a decent base damage rating and a very low min delay. I mean 0.5 attacks per turn compared to my Broadex, which can only get as quick as 0.7 attacks per turn. And it's an electrocution brand. You know what, guys? This is gonna replace my Morningstar draining here. I think that's way better of an option to take as a secondary single target weapon, since it's a lot quicker, and the cross-training of Maces of Flails already brought this to the point where I can perfectly use it. So let's carry this around and say thanks to the Bulwark, which dropped that for us. Alright. There's some fire monsters. Fire monsters are okay. Okay. Let's see what we're gonna do with these Ic0ns. And again, they're simply killing themselves here. It feels so satisfying to let these guys just die with their own bolts. I'm scared of them often enough, that's for sure. And I've somehow called it, and there's the Enchantress. Okay. I'm gonna wait one turn and bring up some trolls upstairs. And I guess I'm gonna bail for now. Let's ignore Depths 4. Don't feel ready to take on that. And I'm rather gonna go for Elven Halls 3. Since I'm having Reflection, I'm having a large shield, I'm having a crap ton of magic resistance. Thus, the only threat are cold damage spells, and I think I'm strong enough to survive these. Alright. And hopefully I'm gonna find something useful down here. That would be really nice. Again, magic map dangerous levels to do some stuff like that, and I'm gonna even exclude the ways to get close to this area, because I don't want to auto-explore by accident into that. Alright, hello Scroll of Blinking. You're certainly welcome in my pack. There's a lightning rod. I think I want to have that. And I'm gonna get rid of a few of these wands. I don't need 3 Ice Blast wands by now. And I feel like I don't need that many lightning wands, especially if I'm gonna pick up a lightning rod here. Alright. I'm preferring this lightning rod because the attack of it can't miss. It's an unevadable attack, which I really like for clutchy situations. New scroll of enchant weapon. Our Broadex is getting slowly there. And while a Broadex might not be the best weapon to end the game with, it's certainly one reliable damage source. And that's why I'm gonna go for it. And yeah, it's another Minotaur player ghost. It's like everybody is playing Minotaurs these days. I'm gonna let the Executioner do some work here before I'm going myself for this fight. I'm gonna go for this agility potion. It crams up my inventory and brings me some more evasion rating. And somehow I think I should be able to take this dude down without any other options here. Certainly took a while, but almost took no damage from this yet another Minotaur ghost situation. Can't count how many of these I killed during the last games. And that's the popularity of Minotaurs right there. But I really get it. It's a very convenient and comfortable race to play. You don't need to take the early game too serious with these, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons for them to be that popular. Because like I said in the beginning of these series, the early game is one of the most dangerous portions of the game. It's kind of like as dangerous as the late game. And if you successfully transition to the mid game, usually you're pretty set. Okay, we're getting closer to the ending here, and for this reason I'm gonna dig a few kill holes here, just like that. And I'm gonna do some on the other side as well, if some random elementalist blows up my options here. That's one more, and I think I'm even gonna go for a third one here, just to be safe. I don't want to mess up accidentally here. Alright. Use a lot of digging charges here, that's why I'm gonna recharge it once, to have more of these up. And let's pull some of these out of their home. Shout a bit. I'm here, guys. Come at me if you dare to fight the coward hiding in his little corner there. Alright, there's a deep elf elementalist. And he's gonna blow up walls and turn them into earth elementals if I let him. That's why I'm stepping forward and chunking him down as hard as I can, but it doesn't work out too decently here. And there goes the earth elemental spamming. I'm somehow not able to hurt this Blade Master too much. And there's another Blade Master right behind the first one. Alright, we're gonna fall back here. Let's chunk down the sorcerer, and I'm gonna avoid going towards the other kill holes there, since this elementalist won't stop blowing up walls and turning them into elementals. Alright. Looks like I'm still stuck with this annoying Blade Master, which got resurrected by the Death Mage. And that's why we had to flee upstairs, sadly. Let's eat some fruit, some healthy things. Okay. Let's check if I can take on this situation better now. At least I got the Blade Master with me, and at least I got him dead. I'm really happy he had no more dangerous weapons on him, apart from 2 normal rapiers. Stuff gets really ugly if these start wielding distortion branded weapons, electrocution weapons, or even a double holy wrath would really mess me up here. Okay, but we got lucky for that one. Okay, there's a demonologist in my line of sight. I want to break that. Stop him from summoning too many dangerous demons. Okay. Step right into his face. He started summoning, but it was already too late. Luckily. Now I'm stuck with a ton of archers, and guess what? They're also pretty suicidal, somehow. Alright. Looks like the entry fight is done, and there's another elementalist standing back there. Pretty annoying situation. Okay, we got a Cacodemon here. Let's see if he can pull up some work. Some Balrog spawn for me. That's certainly good. And there's some Lost Soul. I want to take that down before it can resurrect anybody. And I'm really stuck here between a ton of Earth Elementals. I've got to keep an eye out for demon summons here. And I really want to bring down these Elementalists as quick as possible. And the Demonologists, that is for sure. And right before I killed this guy, he summoned a demon I can't pronounce properly. I guess it's something like Tsimitsu or something like that. Yet still these guys are a source of torment and are really dangerous. So I was really happy I could smack him down right after he summoned this baddie. And considering my equipment, I somehow think these Demonologists would be the most dangerous thing here. Since these direct damage spells kinda like do nothing to me. I'm really afraid of tormenting here. Mostly, that is. But judging from the looks of it, everything's going really well here. And I think at least a half of this wall is already killed. Let's stick our heads into that. And there's a High Priest. I took a lot of damage in this situation here. Okay. I'm stepping around this corner and I'm gonna go in for some teleport. Hope it won't mess me up, but nope. The teleport did exactly what I needed. I didn't want to stand close to enemies with unevadable damage with only 33% of my HP pool left. Didn't sound like a good idea to me. Alright. We're certainly finding some artifacts here, but nothing too interesting showed up yet. Let's shout. And hopefully something will get close. Hey there, Mr. Archer. This time I'm gonna wait until he kills himself. Not cause I'm such a meanie, but I don't wanna step around this corner and aggravate something I don't wanna fight with. I'm not sure where this demonologist from a second ago went. There's another sorcerer. Got rid of that. Another annihilator. Yet still we're getting closer to finish this whole thing here. A new rendered plate armor. It's plus 11, which is certainly big, but strength plus 5, intelligence plus 2. That's not too big. Sorry to tell you that plate armor, but you kinda suck. Live with it. Alright. This mage is summoning some demons. And there we got this demonologist I was missing. Now he's dead. One of confusion. I'm not stuck carrying these around anymore. I have paralysis on me, and that's better disable in my opinion. Alright, let's head over to the other vault and hopefully dig out something useful there. And yet still I'm getting the feeling we're getting somehow trolled here. Okay, an embroidered cloak. I'm wearing this scarf of repulsion. I don't need that too much. It's a cloak of poison resistance. Certainly more useful than the repulsion scarf, since I'm carrying around the reflection amulet. I don't need that scarf too much. A lot of staves. I'm gonna pick up this box of beasts, I think. Although my evocations are not really high enough to use that properly. Alright, let's hope Auto Explore shows up some items I've overlooked. That happens to me more often than not. Let's have a check about artifacts in this game. Yet still, somehow, nope, 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 and nope. Out of 3, well, it was some experience, but that's the best thing I can say about that. Not a single piece of gear. Experience and the scroll of enchant weapon. But better than nothing here. There's a bunch of pressure plates before these. Okay, let's stick our heads into the shoals here. I really feel like it's time to try what we can do here. And there's my first Aquamancer standing in front of me. And looks like I'm able to repel their spells as well. This Aquamancer certainly blew himself up here with his spells. Really relieves me to see that. And let's get close to these guys and chop them down. Alright. I think as long as I kill any source of cold damage down here, I should be pretty able to live through this. I'm gonna put up my flying to negate the debuff this water gives me. Helps a lot if you get drawn towards the water by these avatars and sirens. Do I have a lamp of fire on me already? Yes, I do. Don't need 2 of those. They're not actually too useful around here. Alright. Yet still the reflection does wonderful work here. But keep in mind, reflection only really works good with a combination of a shield, because the chance to reflect something is always dependent on the shield rating, as far as I've noticed. Anytime I used a reflection amulet without a shield, it didn't do too much for me. Maybe I'm wrong there. You can certainly correct me if I get that wrong. But I think that's how it works. Alright, bunch of dream sheep. But I wasn't too scared since my demonic ally here looked pretty confident of taking this situation down for me. Alright. Looks like Shoals 1 is not too much of a big deal here, but somehow I've expected that. I tend to wait with this area that long until it gets really easy for me. But that's only because I've lost too many good characters down here. That's what makes me careful here. But if we're able to pick up the rune down here, that's only 1 more rune left before we can enter Zod. And I'm already thinking about going for Vaults or for Abyss in this run. But not the time to think about it now. Let's get deeper into the Shoals here. And I'm planning on clearing up Shoals 2 and 3 for the rest of this episode, and to do Shoals 4 on the next, because I really want to take a break before going into one of my most feared areas in the whole game. Alright. Another option, if you hate Shoals as much as I do, and you're up for going for some extended game, you can also skip out Shoals for a long time and get there when you're XL27 and just dominating everything. Then you're going down here, get a bit bored, and grabbing a rune. It's certainly better than dying, I think. But this is a 3 rune game, and we gotta do it at some point. Judging from the looks of it, I'm really good equipped here. Even the double Aquamancer situation from the entry here was not hurting me too much, and that really calms my nerves a bit. Alright. Also, these sirens are not able to mesmerize me due to the insane magic resistance I'm having here. Also very useful. Little fawns killing themselves. Silly buggers. Somehow I think like it would be nice if the enemies would stop shooting at you as soon as they notice that they're killing themselves when they keep shooting at you. Because somehow it feels a bit weird watching at these dudes standing there just killing themselves and not stopping with it until they're done. It certainly feels a bit wonky every time it happens. But I'm no developer, I don't know how hard this would be to code. Yet still I've noticed that enemies try to kite away if they're not able to reach you. So some form of artificial intelligence seems to be possible to code. But that's only my 2 cents here. Certainly not gonna moan about these dudes killing themselves on me. It's totally okay for me. It still feels a bit wonky that they do so. Alright. Shoals 3. I somehow need to slow down my pace because I feel like I'm playing too quick and confident here. That's certainly one thing that can blow up in your face here in the Shoals. Look at this Javelineer. He's doing some damage, even with ranged attacks. Alright. Luckily he was alone. But looks like I gotta take their attacks seriously. Somehow. As much as I'm surprised about that. Let's take down this avatar. Don't need to put up the flying to kill him. Looks like we're able to hit him even without flying. Good enough. Hello there, Mr. Polyphemus. Okay, I wanna fly here and step back a bit. Only afraid of the Catobal Pass hanging around him here. Don't want to get petrified into this situation. Whoops. I called it. Now I'm stoned. I'm so stoned by this dude. Let's hack him down. And step out of the cloud and keep hacking. Alright, that went well. Looks like the Catobal Pass aren't that much of a threat as they were a few episodes ago. Alright. Merfolk Impaler accompanied by some normal merfolk. That should be okay, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. There's a water nymph. Done with that. Merfolk Siren also pretty much a victim here. Let's check our skills. Call that intuition. My axis just went on the level I needed. Alright, let's put up evocations. I feel like I want to train this until the game ends, because my spells here will only get stronger with it. I mean my evocable items and spells, that is. My pack is full. What I'm gonna do here? I think I'm gonna ID. I wanted to ID, not to summon. That was some clear case of fat fingering here. Okay. So we got some useless allies here summoned, which I don't need at all. And that's one less scroll of summoning at my disposal. But I think I should be fine here. And what did I drop here? Wand of Lightning. Yeah, I think I don't need to keep sticking to this Wand of Lightning. I have Acid on me, I have Ice Blast on me, and I have this Lightning Rod. Should be pretty okay here. Well, go Force Water Nymph and get despawned the moment I needed you. that's what you get. First my teleport scrolls are broken, then my summonings are broken. Bunch of broken things. Oh, and the requirement scrolls are also broken for this game. But somehow we still manage here. Managing with bad luck and old stupidity. That's the key to master this game, I guess. Alright, almost done here. And this brings me to the point where we're gonna wrap up this episode to an end. Yeah, there we are. Let's step to downstairs. And again, thanks for watching this episode. Thanks for your time. If you like, leave me a comment or some thumbs. I really love to see some feedback on my work here, as usual. And hopefully we're gonna grab up our next rune in the next episode. And I think the next episode will feature 2 runes. And probably it'll be 2 more episodes until I either am dead or winning the game. Well, I mean, I can die on the next episode. It's always something I can achieve, I'm pretty sure. Yet still, thanks for your time, guys. Have a good time until the next episode, and see ya!